Hello and welcome to Locator Gaming. I'm going to play Memoir 44 again. I'm going to go on to scenario 3. This one is called Sword Beach. So we're on the beach side of the board that comes in the core Memoir 44 box. It's Sword Beach. These would be British troops on this side, and then we've got some German troops on that side. So some differences this time between this scenario and the stuff I've done in the past on the channel anyway. We've got some artillery here, and we had some wire in scenario 1. I don't think we had any hedgehogs, so all these are hedgehogs, like metal tank barricade things. We've also got some British special forces. So we've got 1, 2, 3 special forces units. And let's see. So Sword Beach is part of the D-Day landing, June 6, 1944. One of the British beaches, like I've already said. We got to get 5 medals for victory. Any Allied unit that captures a town hex counts as a medal. So we've got a town hex there, there, and there. And as long as the Allied unit remains on the town hex, it'll count toward the Allied player's victory. If the Allied unit is no longer there, then it no longer counts towards victory. The Axis player is in control of a bunker here, here, and here. And the Allied player does not get any benefits from those bunkers. The Allied Special Forces are commando units. And we place a British badge in the same hexes as these units to distinguish them from other units. The commandos can move 1 or 2 hexes and still battle. So these guys are a little bit different than normal infantry. They can still move up to their 2 and fight. I thought there was a thing about the artillery leaving the bunker. Maybe it's on the bunker card. Bunkers. Occupant can ignore the first flag. No. I could have swore there was a thing. Maybe it's in a different scenario that if artillery has to leave the bunker, that it takes a step loss instead. Oh, here we go. Yeah, remove 1 artillery figure for each retreat flag rolled against an artillery unit in a bunker. That's not on the card. But yeah, so it is in the actual rules. So we got a couple other things here that are different. We've got ocean spaces. So ocean, you get a maximum movement in the ocean of 1 hex. So these guys that are in the second row of ocean, they're only going to be able to go 1 hex into this next ocean spot. We've also got beaches. So on beaches, a maximum movement onto the beaches is 2 hexes. So the tanks are only going to get to go 2. Which means that this artillery is going to have a while to fire, because we've also, so these hedgehogs, these tank barricade things, infantry can move onto them with no penalty, basically. It's impassable by armor and artillery. So, like, these tanks will not be able to go into that space. They're going to have to go around. These guys have to go around, and these guys have to go around. But the wires, though, a unit going into it has to stop. Infantry who battles out of a unit with wire loses a die. Infantry can elect to remove the wire instead of battling, but armor can just drive over it and remove the wire and still battle. I think those are the major differences. Let me see how many cards and who's going to go first. So 4 cards for the Axis player, 5 cards for the Allied player, and the Allied player goes first. Let's get a little bit of a shuffle in here. We're going to try to roll the dice into the dice tray here and not bring it out anywhere onto the board, because we got pretty wide coverage on the board this scenario. Last scenario we had a big open spot in the middle where, oops. This stack of cards is almost just a little too high to shuffle comfortably. So let me shuffle it in like halves and quarters and other fractions. And I'll still throw the cards all over the place. I do like having them sleeved. I feel like I have another deck of command cards in my Memoir 44 box, though, because, and when I say my Memoir 44 box, I have a huge box of stuff for Memoir 44. Because I thought we needed another deck. We were going to play Overlord one time. Or 6-player or something, I can't remember. All right, we'll just give this one cut real quick. And I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So allied player gets 5. And it's going to go first. We're going to look for reaction cards real quick. No reaction cards. No. Close Assault. I can't remember having this one in the first two. Let's move this camera over a little bit. Issue an order to all infantry and or armor units adjacent to enemy units. So that's not a good one to start with because no one is adjacent to anybody. Probe 2 in the center. We've got a recon in the center. We've got a probe on the right and an attack 3 units in the center. Let's go with an attack. We're going to press the issue. Just get started here. 3 units in the center. I don't think we're going to be able, well, 1, 2. Yeah, the tank actually can get a shot on. Oh no. Will it lose? It might lose too many dice. And we'll get one of these guys up out of the ocean. So let's go to movement. We'll move these tanks. 1, 2. They can still shoot. These guys are going to move 2, and they won't be able to shoot. And these guys are going to move 1 because of the ocean, and they're too far to shoot, so we'll just remove their thing. So we're 3 away, and the bunker is -2 for a tank. Yes, so we get 1 die. And roll a star, so no effect. And I think that's it for the allied player's turn. Draw a card. Ooh, we got air power, which isn't that great. There's not a strong concentration of German units. Now the German player is going to play defensively. I don't see a strong reason to move up and let these tanks just take a bunch of shots at us. Barrage. Target any one enemy unit. Roll 4 battle die, ignoring any terrain. Battle die reduction. Score 1 hit for each die matching the unit symbol or grenade. For each flag, retreat 1 hex. Flags may not be ignored. Or we can do all units on that side. We could probe with the center. Or we can attack in the center. We can issue an order to 3 units. I almost want to barrage this tank unit. I don't think I've had this in my previous 2 playthroughs. Target 1 enemy unit, roll 4 battle dice, ignoring any terrain battle die reduction. I don't think there's like a huge defensive spot to wait for them to get into. I think we're just gonna, we're just gonna try to go after this tank unit here. So we're looking for the unit symbol or grenade and flags, basically. They cannot be pushed back into the sea, right? If they retreat back towards the sea, I believe they just lose units. Yeah, an ocean hex is impassable terrain for retreat moves. So it'd be good. Let's get some flags for the German player here, or tank or grenades. Well, we just got one grenade. Not a good roll. That could have gone way better. And move out. Okay. Air power, target a group. So let's wait on this because he's not really grouped up. Still not a bunch of people grouped together. I think we'll probe. We'll order 2 units on this side. So we're gonna go tank and these guys. So the tank's gotta go 1, 2 because of the sand. And these guys are gonna go 1, 2, and then they won't be able to fight. Actually, these guys can still fight. Wire does not block line of sight. Yeah, it's not even on the card, but I'm almost positive it does not block line of sight. So we will shoot with the tanks into there. It is 1 die again because shooting at a bunker. And I got an infantry. That's it. Oh, I didn't look this up. But the allied player doesn't even really want to dig in. He's attacking. All right, issue an order to 4 infantry units. Terrain movement and battle restrictions still apply. We can attack in the center. I think we're going to choose this center card because I want to fire that artillery. So we've got 3 units in the center. Is that what I do? 3, 2, yeah. I don't like having all these tanks coming at me from that side. So I do want to play defensive, but they got to get into the action, right? They move 2, so they can't battle. These guys are just going to shoot. They're just going to shoot. So we'll go to shooting. So already 3, 3, 2. Nothing special with firing out of the bunker. Nope. So we're just going on these tanks here. Nope. And like I said in the last video, if I miss the dice tray, it doesn't count even though it was a grenade. And 2 infantry is nothing. Trying to be consistent, so going for the dice tray. So we'll go 2 dice on the tanks here. And we got a tank and a star. Okay, German player's card. Ooh, a counterattack. It's nice to have. All right, allied player, recon, probe in the center. Close assault still. We've got 2 units grouped together. Do we probe? I think so. So 2 units. Go with these guys, and I want to get these commandos moving up. So the tank is going to move and take out this wire. Has to stop. These guys can only move 1. Even though they're commando because of the ocean. They're still on their landing craft. So this tank's going to shoot at those infantry. 3 dice. We got 1 infantry and 2 retreat. Okay. We'll gladly go back to the town. And he's going to draw a card. Oh, General Advance. That's the card the allied player needs. So, probe in the center. Is now the time to counterattack? No, we can just probe right back to be the exact same card, and we can wait to see if we get something better to counterattack with. Since we already have that card, basically, in our hand. I want this artillery to fire as much as possible. And we'll just keep shooting out of this bunker. Those tanks. We gotta get rid of these tanks. Artillery now is at a 3 against these tanks. 3 dice. Pretty sure they're 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, 1. Yeah, they have a huge range. So 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, 1. They basically could roll dice against everything in this at that distance. I mean, they could shoot out this way, that far too. But we're going here. 3 dice. Tank, infantry, infantry. These guys are going to roll their 2 dice against those tanks. And look at that. Tank and grenade. Mission accomplished there. Okay. German player's turn. 3 attack over there. Not really close enough for anybody to attack, but we could at least get those tanks moving. They're kind of in a bad spot because they got to stop wherever they move after their first hex. But that's probably intentional in the design of the scenario. Okay, there's no way that the allied player would not choose this 2-2-2. It's just too good to get a bunch of stuff moving. Right? Tanks are going to move. They will move up. Our commandos will move up. The tanks are going to get a shot. These guys will move and get a shot. And let's get our commandos moving. All right, so movement. 1, 2. So I flip them upside down. And they can still shoot. Hedgehogs, they just have to stop, right? They can move in through and battle, impassable. But if they move 2, they can't battle, so we'll just move here to have some flexibility on which area we're in, but that's 2, so they can't go. I wonder if we're only going to get 1 die against that artillery bunker, I guess. These guys can move 2 and still battle, but that doesn't mean anything. Because they're commandos, they're too far away. The bunker protects them. 3, 2, 1, the bunker protects them. At least they're moving, right? These guys can move 1 and still shoot. And the commandos can only move 1 because of the ocean. And then they're too far. All right, we're fighting here. They're in a bunker. Geez, do I ignore the bunker, guys, and go... Here I can roll 3 dice. That might be the smarter thing to do. We're going to go back there with all 3 of our dice. Just double check again, wire does not. The card doesn't say that wire blocks line of sight, so... And tanks do have a range of 3, and it's 3 dice out there. Yeah, so we'll go back there. And we got a tank star grenade, so just 1 guy. This tank here loses 2 dice shooting into there, so he shoots with 1. Star does nothing. These guys, 3, 2, but -1 for the bunker, which means they get 1 die to shoot into the bunker. And I got a flag. They ignore their first flag for being in the bunker. So while the Allied player does get a lot more units in this scenario, the German player has pretty good defensible position. He's not even close at all to losing anything, losing any units. Okay. That was the Allied player's turn. Yes, and he's going to draw a card. He can assault with everybody on this side. That's good. Now I already know what I'm doing over here. We're going to counterattack for sure, just to get a bunch of stuff going, because that was 2-2-2. So counterattack is you copy the previous card played. So 1, 2. I'm going to go 1 and 2. And 1, 2. Bunkers do block line of sight. That artillery should be able to take care of that tank. So movement, the tanks will move into this forest. They're not going to move. The artillery is not moving. These guys, if they move 2 to here, then they're vulnerable from these guys moving 1 and getting 3 dice against them. So I think we'll just move 1. Make the Allied player come to us. And they could still shoot just in case this doesn't get taken care of. They've got line of sight there with 1 die. Those guys are just shooting, and these guys are going to move here. They're a little protected from this wire. This infantry cannot move into here and get 3 dice against them. They would lose dice if they fought out of here, or they'd have to spend their battle getting rid of the wire. And they move 2, so they can't fight. All right, so do we go against the tanks or the infantry right here? It's the same amount of dice. I like the prospect of getting rid of the tanks. You have a better chance of rolling a hit on infantry, though. I don't think they get any benefit from the hedgehogs, it doesn't seem like. There's no combat restrictions. The unit hedgehog can ignore the first flag rolled against it, is the only thing. Yep. I don't know, tanks or infantry. So you've got a 50% chance on each die of getting a hit here. We have a 50% chance of getting a decent result against the tanks too, because if they have to retreat, it would also be good. Get 2 dice. Let's go after the infantry. Infantry? Infantry. Well, wrong choice. Wrong choice. That would have been 2 hits on that tank unit. Okay, that's them. Now this artillery gets 3 dice against this tank unit here. Oh, look at that garbage. Well, these guys only moved 1. It's 1, 2, 3, so it's actually 3, 2, 1 die. And they've got line of sight, that's fine. And they rolled a flag. These guys are going to shoot here, so 2 dice against those infantry. And we got a tank and a flag. That could have gone a lot better for the German player. All right, discard. Ambush. So this is one of those counter-attack cards I was looking for. It has to be a close assault, so we got to wait till someone's adjacent. All right. Dig in is just not the kind of card we want. He's got 2 adjacent units there. Close assault's not doing it. I think we assault on the left flank. Commandos can only move 1. This tank is going to move to here. Has to stop because of the wire. I think he's still just going to keep shooting at that infantry. That makes the most sense instead of the bunker. These guys will move up. And they can still fight. I know it's going to be short, but I just want to make sure I'm keeping track of everything. Because I think I want to assault here first. And then the tank has options. The tank potentially has options. Right? Okay, yeah, so the Allied player would say here to there, but then the German player would say, hold on, wait a minute. Ambush. And then he gets to draw his card first, so I'm just going to do it now. Have I missed a +1 on any of these? Oh, man. I don't think so. No, I haven't yet. Good. I think I missed a +1 die in the last video. All right, so they're right up against it, but it's a bunker, so it's -1, so they get 2 dice. Oh, wait, actually, no, we're doing the German ambush first. So it's 3 dice onto these guys. And it's a retreat, tank, and a star. The stars do anything? If the opponent unit wasn't eliminated or forced to retreat, it may then attack normally. But he is forced to retreat. So does that mean he can no longer attack? I guess he can't, because it says if opponent's unit wasn't eliminated or forced to retreat, it may then attack normally. And it was forced to retreat, so I'm going to read that to mean that now it can no longer attack normally. So it's on the Allied player's turn. This tank is going to shoot at that infantry. 3 dice. Infantry, infantry, grenade. That is an eliminated unit. All right, so he drew his card because he played ambush. Now the Allied player going to draw behind enemy lines. This is a decent card. I could get somebody off the beach real quickly with that. And what did the or access player draw? 2 on that side. Okay. What do we got? We got to move out. Issue an order to 4 infantry units. Three units on that side. There's only 2, but we can get that tank up close and personal. These 2 cards are basically the same. Just in case we get another unit over there, which man, I don't have anything that I can activate that artillery in the center to try to take out that tank. Maybe I should do the infantry then. Try to get a couple shots on that infantry. I've only got 4. Oh, no, I've got those guys back there too. Yeah, let's do the infantry. I want to get rid of this tank unit here before it comes up and starts getting rid of some of my artillery. So we're going to do all these guys in the front. And these guys are going to move over here. I still don't want them to get to where they can just get pounced on by these guys here. Getting into the wire, I would battle out with 1. Getting into the wire just doesn't make sense. They can still shoot from there. Okay, let's start fighting. These guys into... It's 2 dice either way. They can ignore a retreat here. I'm going to switch it up this time and go after the tank. So 2 dice on these tanks over here. Either way, it would have been 1. But that gets them closer to elimination. And I guess both gets them closer to elimination. Here, 2 dice into those tank, or that tank. There's only 1. And we got a grenade. And a flag, actually. So a grenade takes out the tank unit. The bunker will shoot here, so 2 dice. Infantry and a star. That's them. And these guys get 1 die from that distance. And we got a grenade. All right. So we got to draw a card. Got an infantry assault. Interesting. Behind enemy lines. Gets to battle with 1 additional die. Terrain movement restrictions are ignored. So what I want to do is I'm going to do this behind enemy lines. Oh, is that what I want to do? I might actually do this recon first. I'm going to try to bust that artillery out of that bunker. I'm going to recon. I get to issue an order to 1 unit in the center. I'm going to send these commandos after this bunker. Now they get to move 2 and still fight because they're commandos, but into the bunker they still only get 2 dice. And we got a flag and a star, but they get to ignore the first flag. Yeah, that didn't turn out great. I needed a grenade. So we draw 2. Armor assault, attack 3 in the center. We're keeping the 3 in the center attack for sure. German player's turn. Infantry assault. Not yet. Let's do the all units on his right flank. So the tank and the infantry in the bunker. The tanks are going to move to here. And I want them to shoot first, because if they can do the overrun combat, or what is it called? Something like that. Yeah, armor overrun combat. We might get to attack again. So we get 3 dice on those tanks. And it was not successful in generating an overrun. Now, we are going to shoot at the tanks again, try to eliminate it. And we got 2 tanks. That's 3 medals for the German side. I am performing very poorly on my assault on Sword Beach as the Allied player. Oh, direct from HQ. That card is pure money. I think we do this 3 units in the center. Man. Maybe we air power these 2 spots, because flags cannot be ignored on an air power card. So as the Allied player, I roll 2 battle dice per hex as an Allied air attack, ignoring any terrain battle die reduction, and scoring 1 hit for each die that matches the unit symbol, a grenade, or a star. For each flag, retreat 1 hex, and flags may not be ignored. So this is a really good card to try to bust out this bunker, I think. So we're going on the arty in the bunker first, the 2 dice, tank, and a grenade. So just 1 of the artillery taken out. And then this group here, tank and a grenade. That could have gone a lot better. Okay, Allied player's card. Assault with everybody on this side. All right, German player. Direct from HQ, it's got to be, right? While you've got the chance. Can you attack a unit in an ocean space? If a unit is in the ocean, it cannot battle or retreat. A unit on an ocean hex may not battle. Does that mean I can't target it? 1, 2, 3, 4. I think that's okay. Movement first. These guys will move up. They can still fight. We're winning by so much, we might as well just move up here as well. They're just going to shoot, and the tanks are going to move 1. They'll stop there. We'll shoot into here. Since there's 3 guys there. Do the tank first. 3 into the hedgehog space. Infantry, there's just no cover, right? It just keeps getting me. You just get to ignore the first flag rolled on them. Still 3 dice though. Let's rotate the tank to be shooting in that direction. Star. Where were you during the air power stars? Okay. I'm going to shoot with these guys here first because the artillery has a longer range with more dice. So even if they have to retreat some, the artillery will still get some good dice there. So we get 2 dice into here from here. And we got 2 infantry symbols. Now we'll do the artillery. They get 3 dice. Infantry star. Uh-oh. Let's note that that was a commando. Only 1 more medal for the German player, and it's a German victory. And we've got 2 dice from here into here. Grenade and a flag. He will go back onto the hedgehog. All right, allied player. Got to play a little defense here. 3 units in the center. These guys can move up and get a nice shot. I think I want to retreat with these guys. Maybe we move these guys up. So these guys are going to come back to stop. These guys are going to go 1, still be able to fight, and these guys are going to go 2 into this hedgehog spot. For a little retreat protection at least. They can't battle. So here, 3 dice against that German unit. Ooh, 3 grenades. I'm not going to take the ground because I do not want to be right next to them to have them assault me with 3 dice next turn. Allied player gets a card. Recon on the right. I haven't seen as many recon this time as last time. Oh, the Axis player didn't draw a card. That should have been his recon card. Probe 2 units on that side. Order 2 units on this side. Or infantry assault, order all infantry in one section. Units can move up to 2 hexes and still battle. I think we go for the win. I would go for the win. The infantry assault into, we'll order this section over here. Because it's an infantry assault card, these guys will move 2 and can still battle. They're just going to stay there while I leave the protection of the bunker. We will fight out of the bunker first. 2 dice into these guys. That's 1. So they're done. Now here into here. That's 3 dice. Probably the game. Yep, 2 infantry symbols. All right. Didn't even really get close for the allied player. I'd have to think about how I would play differently. Maybe I would just roll better, right? Just roll better. That's the solution every time you lose. Almost busted that out. Maybe I put too much emphasis on trying to get rid of that artillery. Should have just let it continue having its shots. My tanks got annihilated quickly. I don't know if you've got any tips for strategy. I'd like to read them down below in the comments. But that's it. That's Sword Beach. I think this is Sword Beach, the 3rd scenario. Yep. For Memoir 44, I hope you're enjoying the Memoir 44 episodes I have on the channel and all the other series I've got up on the channel. And I'll see you in the next one.